Look at the raft base. Here, a photographer captures a stunning video footage at an unusually close range. In the picture, a man is assisted by two crew members, wearing a special piece of clothing that resembles a spacesuit. This clothing is not an ordinary anti-load suit, but a flight pressurization suit equipped with life support devices, which is only used when flying special aircraft compared with common spacesuits. The wearing process of this pressurized suit is more complicated and cumbersome, and it requires at least two people to work together to complete. So, where is this place? And why is it necessary to wear such a complicated costume? It turns out that this is the famous Royal Air Force Base in Fairford, England. The reason why pilots wear special pressurization suits is to fly the aircraft to an altitude of 20,000 meters. After dozens of busy minutes, the compression suit was finally put on. But this was only the beginning. Once the pilot is seated on the sofa, the crew not only puts on the helmet and shoes, but also tightly attaches the specially customized helmet to the collar around the neck to ensure that the body is completely sealed from the outside world and can only rely on the oxygen in the compression suit to maintain breathing. The pilot was then fitted with gloves and also attached to the collar at the wrist, which was completely sealed and completely isolated from the outside world when all the equipment is fully worn. The crew will pick up a tube attached to the pressurized suit and inject it with pure oxygen to eliminate nitrogen from the pilot's blood and prevent potentially life-threatening nitrogen bubbles in the blood at high altitude. With a continuous infusion of pure oxygen, the staff will wear communication headphones to communicate directly with the pilot, and carefully review the various data of the body to ask if there is any discomfort. This series of inspections and tests is carried out in a step-by-step manner before each flight. And although the process is tedious, it is crucial after more than 10 minutes of meticulous examination. After confirming that the pilot's body was normal, he took the shuttle bus to the parking garage, first stroked the fuselage of the plane, and then bumped fists with the ground crew one by one. Subsequently, a staff member carrying a pure oxygen box also followed the pilot, then proceeded to slowly descend the boarding ladder into the cockpit. Due to the compression suit, his figure looks extremely bloated after sitting firmly. The staff attached the tube of the pressurized suit to the plane and continue to inject pure oxygen, then assist in putting on seat belts and other gear. When everything is ready, close the canopy manually. Next, the plane will start the takeoff process. Several staff members have a clear division of labor and perform their own duties. Some remove the refueling pipe, and some remove the wheel block to prevent the machine from slipping. As the plane exits the hangar, the full view of its front is clearly visible. This is the infamous and perhaps infamous U-2 high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft, which has a resounding nickname, Lady Jiaolong. It was born in 1955 and has a history of 69 years and was carefully developed by the famous Lockheed Aircraft Corporation. The pilot pushed the throttle lever, and the U-2 reconnaissance plane began to glide smoothly on the runway, with an overall length of 15 meters, a wingspan of 24.3 meters, a height of 3.8 meters, a maximum takeoff weight of only 13.1 tons, and a maximum cruising altitude of 27,400 meters, almost twice that of a normal aircraft. The U-2 has a maximum range of 5,700 kilometers and a flight time of up to 8 hours. It is equipped with a J57 twin-rotor turbojet engine developed by Pratt & Whitney with a thrust of only about 5 tons. The U-2 is fueled with a very special type of diesel fuel with low evaporation and low evaporation pressure. After taxiing for a few hundred meters, U-2 stopped on the runway. 3 staff members rushed forward to help remove the bright red streamers from the fuselage. The U-2 was designed for intelligence gathering, and although it is not equipped with any weapons of its own, it has a unique expertise in the field of aerial photography. The aircraft is equipped with 8 fully automatic long focal length aerial cameras, with a film length of 3,500 meters, capable of taking up to 4,000 photos at a time. It only takes 12 trips to the sky to capture the entire United States to achieve the goal of weight reduction. The U-2 fuselage features an all-metal thin-skin structure with an unusually slender fuselage, a simple bicycle-style landing gear, and wheels under the wings that resemble prosthetic limbs. It will automatically fall off upon liftoff. The all-over black paint is not meant to be cool, but to avoid reflecting sunlight after the inspection. The staff immediately evacuated the scene. A cool Dodge Performance sports car that comes to the rear of the fuselage with a dashing drift-back flick. At this point, the pilot pushes the throttle pusher, and the aircraft engine emits a buzzing roar. After a few seconds, the U-2 began to glide down the track, and the Dodge police car pressed the throttle at full throttle, following closely behind, indicating the course and deflection direction after taxiing for a few hundred meters. The prosthesis on the U-2's wing fell off automatically. After taxiing for a few hundred meters, the plane gently left the ground and began to climb slowly. When it was first born, the U-2 was able to gather a lot of valuable information due to its high flight altitude, which no fighter could successfully approach. However, just a few years later, it was shot down by the Soviet Union, and the myth of what had once been shattered a few minutes later. U-2 was 20,000 meters in the air. There was a dead silence except for the noise of the engine. At such an extreme altitude, the curvature of the Earth has been clearly broken, and the pilot's field of vision is extremely broad. There was nothing but a clear blue sky. There's no denying that the U-2's high-altitude performance is truly remarkable, and it's a miracle that it was able to fly to such heights back then. Today, the old U-2 has been gradually decommissioned, and in the future, it will be gradually replaced by drones and reconnaissance satellites.